As the conflicts continue to escalate, the United States of America has applied more pressure on Rwanda to withdraw forces sent to support M23 rebels in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The United States of America condemns Rwanda's support for the M23 armed group and calls on Rwanda to immediately withdraw all Rwanda Defense Force personnel from the DRC and remove its surface-to-air missile system, which threaten the lives of civilians, UN and other regional peacekeepers, humanitarian and commercial flights in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The development comes at a time when Congolese forces, with support from allied troops from Tanzania, Malawi and South Africa, are battling M23 rebels in the outskirts of Sake, about 27 kilometers from Goma. The United Nations last week reported that on February 7th, a UN observation drone was attacked by surface-to-air missiles fired from 15 miles northwest of Rutsuru, which is controlled by M23 rebels. Rwanda has denied supporting M23 rebels and urged the UN Security Council to avert the escalation of the conflicts in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo by not reconsidering the request to provide logistical and operational support to the FARDC-led coalition, which could only feed into more escalations. However, in a statement, the US strongly condemns the worsening violence in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo caused by the action of Rwanda-backed United States of America and the UN sanctioned the M23 armed group, including its recent incursion into the town of Sake. This escalation has increased the risk to millions of people already exposed to human rights abuse, including displacements, deprivation, and attacks. They also called on M23 to immediately cease hostilities and withdraw from its current positions around Sake and Goma in accordance with the Rwanda-Nairobi processes. The United States of America has previously urged Rwanda to pull its troops from DRC in vain. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame and his Congolese counterpart Felix Tshisekedi on Friday and Saturday met during a mini-summit on the sidelines of the African Union Summit in Ethiopia. Tshisekedi told African Union leaders he would not hold any talks with M23 rebels whom he said were backed by Rwanda. Angolan leader João Lourenço Concalvo later met separately with Kagame and Tshisekedi and promised to continue his mediation in Rwanda with each of the antagonists. The United States of America said it is essential that all states respect each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity and hold accountable all actors for human rights abuse in the conflicts in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. They also called on the government of the DRC to continue to support confidence-building measures, including ceasing cooperation with the FDLR, an armed group named as a negative force by regional bodies and the government of DRC, which exposes the civilian population to risk. They also added that they will continue to support regional diplomatic efforts that promote de-escalation and create the conditions for lasting peace in DRC. UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, earlier this weekend said it was deeply concerned by the dire consequences for civilians, including an estimated 135,000 internally displaced people fleeing the town of Sake towards the nearby provincial capital Goma. The humanitarian agency said they were deeply alarmed by reports of bombs falling on civilian locations, including in the Zaina site in Sake and the Rushagala site in Goma, where as many as 65,000 internally displaced people are sheltering, raising significant concern for their safety. The escalating use of heavy artillery and shelling in clashes around Goma poses a grave threat to civilians and displaced populations, threatening more casualties and the destruction of buildings used as communal shelters. Since the first week of February, at least 15 civilians have been killed and 29 injured around Goma and Sake.